Here we are again for the Romford Horror Film Festival. This is Nerdly Out Loud. I'm here myself, and I have got a couple of directors from some shorts that we just showed on Screen 3. The director of Cyanide.
That's right, yes.
The director of Merger.
Correct.
So, introduce yourselves as in giving your names. So,
I'm Daniel Negret, writer-director of Merger.
I'm John Ferrer, director of Cyanide, but not writer, because I still can't do that.
How can you not write? Why not? Come on.
I'm not a writer. Like, I think a script's like my biggest fear. This is a horrible thing to admit as a director.
No.
Like, it's just not very colourful, is it? I don't know. I need pictures, and it's all words, and I can't work with that. If I write as well, I will not write dialogue. I think I'm just too bad at dialogue. I think that puts me off script writing.
That's great for your short, because there's not a lot of dialogue in there.
No, and that will continue. I was just discussing that we're doing a sequel, and in 2 weeks actually, and still no dialogue. Still don't want any talking. I don't want to reveal any information, you know.
Why should you?
Because people are going to start getting angry eventually. But yeah.
But first of all, let's jump back a little bit. We'll talk about the shorts in a quick hot second, but let's jump back a little bit. And how did you guys get into doing the filmmaking, and why the hell would you bother? Because it's such a scary industry.
I'm still asking myself that, actually. No, I started out life in a very corporate finance job, actually, and which is part of the inspiration to Merger.
Right, what you know, eh?
Yeah, exactly. And realized quickly I needed to get the hell out of there. So left and went to film school and did producing there, actually. But it was a great time. And and ever since then I've been like writing. And this is my first go at directing, and definitely feel like I got the bug, so I want to do it again, for sure.
Awesome.
Did you just say this was your first go at directing?
Yeah.
I hate you. It's so good. It's like my 20th short film, and it still looks like, I don't know, a student project in my eyes. Like,
are you mad?
Well done, man. Like that's brilliant.
Absolutely mental, by the way.
That did not look like a student film, by the way.
Cyanide is, and I can say this now because the festival's nearly finished, easily up there as one of my top 3 favourite shots of this festival.
Oh, thank you.
It is easily one of the ones that I want to see you build on, and I want to feature, because women just kicking each other's ass, and I want to know why they're kicking each other's ass, by the way. It's just awesome. I just love it.
I mean, the fact it's women was just coincidence. It's because the only 2 stunt people I knew were women, and we never once thought anything else about it. But yeah, no, there is future plans.
So without going into the future plans or what is actually going on in your short, because we don't want to do spoilers or anything like that, but where did the concept for Cyanide come from? Where did the catalyst of it?
I keep repeating because it's the only interesting thing to say about it was that it was kind of a joke at first. Like, what if the Family Guy chicken fight was serious? But then we obviously didn't have quite the budget to make it as big and crazy as that, and actually a little concept developed out of it. And I think further on from that was like, we didn't want to do Saw. So what would be more interesting than people fighting to survive would be people fighting to die. People who want to kill themselves in the most efficient way possible. So we just kind of played a fight with that sort of motivation behind it. And yeah, I mean, I could talk more about the world, but there is spoilers there for a feature that I shouldn't get into yet. But yeah.
You can tell me when I turn that off,
Yeah,
because
sure.
I need to know more about this.
Of course.
And for your short, you kind of already for Merger, you've already said that, like, you sort of wrote what you know. That's a world you know about, but some really gnarly VFX in there. And how did you come up with this story?
Thanks. I really wanted to get something on screen, and so I thought to myself, I was trying to come up with like a very contained concept. Mine my own experience, and I have to say I thought it was going to be a lot easier when I was writing it than it turned out to be, because we were talking about this earlier. Finding an office is just an absolute pain, and then like the desk had to have I wanted to do as much practical effects as possible, so we had to cut different size holes in the desks to get the arm at different lengths, and anyway, it just turned out to be a lot more complicated than I expected.
Did it always start life as a horror? Was that always the concept, or?
I've always loved horror, so yeah, I think that was always the concept of taking something that is, I guess, relatively common and in terms of pulling an all-nighter at the office, or working long hours, but giving it, like, heightening it with a true horror twist. So yeah, I think it was always a horror.
And considering this is your first shot, your first directing attempt, how did you go about doing the VFX, the putting the arm through the bloody table, which I just fell in love with straight away? So how did you go about putting that together, or did you have to bring in a team to help you do that?
Thank you. Yeah, look, I had to bring in a team. We had an amazing VFX supervisor, and the cinematographer was pretty experienced, as was the producer. So I got a lot of support from people that had done plenty of short work in the past, and also had worked within VFX. So I can't take any credit for that.
Yeah, you can. Take it all. It's your film.
How many tables did you have to cut open or apart to get the effects done?
I think we ended up having 5 tables. Just because different lengths of the arm, and yeah.
And are you looking to build on this shot, or is this let's get this shot done and then we'll move on and make some more? Or
no, similarly, I'm trying to write a feature for it, and it's been a challenge for sure.
Just don't do anything with fingernails, please, God. I hate that stuff.
Yeah, that is pretty gross. No promises there.
Well, there's a reason it works. There's an absolute reason it works. For yourself on yours, where on Cyanide, the choreography, was that the 2 women that you knew that they were stunt women? Did they choreograph that themselves, or? Yeah,
so it was kind of it was all 3 of us choreographing together. Mainly Rebecca and myself were choreographing, and we only had 2 days to do rehearsals, and my background was originally in stunts, so I wanted to go into second unit directing and stuff like that. I got very sick because of COVID, and now I don't do that anymore, which is very frustrating because now I do more rom-coms and stuff. But
nobody wants that.
That's right. I'm slowly coming back to horror. And no, we just there was also Kev McCurdy. Hope I'm getting his name right. Who's another stunt coordinator, fight choreographer, who came in and gave us some pointers for free, which was really sweet because he's off on bigger projects, so we had some help, but we didn't have much time to put it together. I know I still look at the choreography now and I'm like, oh, there's just so much more could have done, kind of thing. We look back, always. I mean, we shot that 2 years ago, I think now, almost 2 years ago. So I don't know, a million things I do differently now is all I know. I forget how far we've come,
How long did it take you to prep that fight sequence? Because it's amazing. I loved it.
It was literally it was one rehearsal. No, actually, sorry, I got it all wrong. It was a rehearsal, and as we did the rehearsal, the plan was always I always film it to then show to my cinematographer, be this is the wish list of how I want to film it, basically.
Like a previs kind of thing.
Yeah, a little bit. Funnily enough, I ended up just camera operating on the day because we were short for time. So the fight stuff I cam-upped. I think to the maybe not the pleasure of my crew. I don't think they like that I did that too much, but I don't know. Maybe they're okay with it. But I did that.
And who are your stunt women? Let's give them some names, because honestly, I genuinely love the fact that they just go for it, and I'm gonna gush over your shot, by the way. But so who are your stunt women that you had involved in it? And I want to know a little bit about how you're putting together choreography, but you're also choreographing your camera work and everything like that. So how does that work in terms of moving the camera around when they're fighting and stuff?
So the 2 ladies is Milena and Rebecca, whose last names I'm not going to try and butcher right now, just out of politeness, even though if it comes off rude that I've forgotten how to pronounce their last names. No, the camera is as much a part of the choreography as anything. If you've ever dabbled in stunts or done any like workshops, you'll know like the camera's placement is crucial to like selling a punch or a hit. And so the way the camera's always swinging around quite, crazily is to try and hit those beats, those areas where it needs to be to like get the most realistic angle for a punch. So like the camera is as much part of the choreography, which is why I, as director or whatever, like to be involved with the choreographing as much as I can. It's why I don't really do it as much now, as now I'm suffering terrible fatigue and migraines and I can't really keep up with it. So I if I can't be hands-on with choreography, I don't want to be directing it, basically. Not too much anyways.
Sort of like the Gareth Evans school of filming, and he loves doing all that, doesn't he? Likes being hands-on.
Yeah, exactly that.
I'm guessing that you take a little bit of inspiration from him.
No.
No?
I don't think I've taken any inspiration from him. I love his films. That's not not a dig at all. None of my inspiration. I grew up watching a lot of like Tony Jaa films, and I actually started off trying to mimic like films with slightly less impressive fight choreography. I don't want to name them Underworld, but they like were easier to mimic as a teenager, and so that was like the building blocks of like learning how to do a fight. You could imitate the clunky choreography very easily. And then as time went on, I started doing obviously more training and stuff, and like, I'd watch films and be like, oh, how are they doing that? And, now I'm trained in more weapons, and it's just so much fun. But
I bet.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love running around with swords and guns and just kicking shell with things?
That's why we do it.
One question I like to ask when I'm doing these Q&As, and you're going to hate this, by the way, but one question that I like to ask is, everyone's super hypercritical about everything they do, especially creatives, directors, writers, actors, producers, everything like that. But when you see the film up on the big screen and it's there for everyone to see, what are you super proud of? You smashed it on that day and it just looks amazing on the big screen.
That is a tough one.
That's why I asked, by the way.
Look, I think the performance, and that's credit to the actor Jonas de Sifa, who's based in Germany. I think he just nailed it, because it could have been very hokey, it could have been very over the top, and I think he did an amazing job in keeping that reined in, but also showing everyone the pain of ripping your own finger off and working in an office, the true pain, right? Yeah, so I think it's probably his performance.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's always a tricky one, because I like everything that everyone else did on the film. Anything that's me, I'm just kind of like, you stupid idiot, why'd you do it like that? But that's a cop-out answer. So I still like the gory moments. I still like the tooth gag, which wasn't my idea. It's actually our writer's idea. And I like the eating the vomit, because it's the cheapest way to get a gag reaction from the audience, basically. I think we can top it in a sequel. Oh, we've got way gorier ideas now. Now that we actually have an SFX team, we've got way more ideas. But yeah,
love it. We've already kind of touched on expanding the universe and everything like that, but what else are you guys working on? What can we look forward to from you guys, and where are we going next?
I've actually written a script that I won't be directing, but which I hope is on its way to being a feature. It's called Asphyxia. It's about a woman trapped in a boat that's capsized, and she's in an air bubble and spends the rest of the 90 minutes trying to survive. So yeah, that I won't be directing that, but I wrote that. So yeah, hopefully you'll hear about that soon.
Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. Yeah. There's a long story behind that one.
Stuck in a cubicle, isn't it?
Yeah. If you close your eyes, a cubicle kind of looks like an underwater boat. So, yeah. No, I don't know. I'd rather not dig into my own psyche too much. It's a scary place.
That sounds awesome.
Thank
you. Other than more Cyanide, I am developing a rom-com. set around a speed dating event, and just doing music videos at the moment. So yeah, just fun, easy stuff. You know, I like happy films. I really like happy films. Don't know what I'm doing here sometimes.
Well, guys, we all on the panel, we all loved your shorts and getting to show them. We're so grateful that you submitted them and let us show them. They're so grateful that you're here. Do me a favor before we wrap out, and if you let people know where they can find you on social media and everything like that, where they can find your projects and things. Oh, you're the yeah. Sorry.
Give out your phone number.
You purged.
Yeah,
This is
Why did you
where
purge?
I embarrassingly admit I don't have social media.
That's why I asked the question.
Yeah. mergerthemovie.com. We're trying to get that website up.
But the thing is, you must just have such a clear life without social media. That must be awesome.
It is. It can be pretty awesome. Sometimes I feel like a boomer, like now. But but yeah, no, I think it is. It's helped. It's helped me for sure.
I bet.
We'll see if I can keep it up though.
you're not missing out too much. Just on some bullying and validation. It comes in equal measure. Actually, it's okay. Keeps you grounded. All my stuff is kind of linked through my Instagram, I guess, at the moment. At John Ferrer Films. Yeah, it's all there, gradually being released as it's made.
Excellent. And again, thank you for submitting the films. Thank you for letting us show them. Thank you for being here. It's awesome having you here, and
thank you.
I've loved doing this. We will be keeping an eye out for anything you guys do next, and please do let us know.